Hey guys, what if your own parents told you you're dead to us the day you got pregnant at 18, and then 5 years later they came face to face with the little boy they never knew existed? This is my true story, and it still makes me cry every single time. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm sharing something that completely changed my life forever. My name is Emily Carter, and when I was just 18 years old, my parents disowned me the moment they found out I was pregnant. They said I had ruined the family name and that I was no longer their daughter. For 5 long years I raised my son completely alone, until one random afternoon in the park, they finally met their grandson. What happened next? You're gonna need tissues for this one. Stick around till the end because the ending is beautiful. I grew up in a small town in Michigan. My parents, Margaret and Thomas Carter, were super strict. Church every Sunday, straight A's, no boyfriends, the whole perfect Christian family image. I was their only child and they had big plans for me, college, career, the works. Then I met Ryan in my senior year. He was the typical bad boy type, charming, funny, and he made me feel alive. We were careful, or at least we thought we were. But one night everything changed. 2 pink lines on a pregnancy test and my whole world flipped upside down. When I told Ryan, he panicked. Said he wasn't ready to be a dad and disappeared. Just like that. I was alone. Telling my parents was the scariest moment of my life. I sat them down in the living room, hands shaking. Mom. Dad. I'm pregnant. The silence was deafening. Then my dad stood up, face red with anger. How could you do this to us? You're throwing your life away. My mom just cried and said, "We didn't raise you like this." That same night they packed my bags and told me to leave. You're dead to us, Emily. Don't ever come back. I stood on the porch in the pouring rain at 2 a.m., 18 years old, pregnant, and completely homeless. I still remember looking back at the house I grew up in, the lights turning off one by one. The next few years were pure survival mode. I moved to Chicago with just $300 in my pocket and crashed at a women's shelter for 3 months. I worked 2 jobs, waitressing during the day and cleaning offices at night, while my belly grew bigger. Jacob was born on a cold December night. I was alone in the hospital room. No flowers, no family, just me and this tiny perfect boy who looked exactly like my dad when he was little. I named him Jacob, after my grandfather. From that moment I promised him I would never let him feel the pain I was feeling. Raising him alone was brutal. There were nights I cried in the bathroom so he wouldn't hear me. Times when I had to choose between buying diapers or groceries. Jacob's first Christmas we had nothing but a small plastic tree from the dollar store and I still made it magical for him. He took his first steps in our tiny 1-bedroom apartment while I cheered through tears. I missed my parents every single day. Holidays were the hardest. I would watch families together at the park and wonder if they ever thought about us. But I kept going. For Jacob. He became my whole world. Jacob was 5 years old now. A happy, energetic little boy who loved dinosaurs and asking a million questions. We had moved back closer to my hometown because the rent was cheaper, but I still avoided my parents' street like the plague. One sunny Saturday I took Jacob to the local park like always. He was running around the playground when I heard a familiar voice behind me. Emily. I turned around and there they were, my mom and dad. My mom's eyes went straight to Jacob, who was climbing the slide. He had the exact same smile as my dad. The same Carter family eyes. My mom's hand flew to her mouth. Is that? I nodded, voice barely working. His name is Jacob. He's 5. For a second nobody spoke. Then my dad, This big tough man who never cried, started tearing up right there in the park. He looks just like me when I was little. My mom walked closer, voice shaking. Emily, we were wrong. So wrong. We thought we were protecting the family, but we destroyed it instead. We've regretted it every single day for 5 years. I could barely breathe. All the pain, all the lonely nights, everything came rushing back. But when I looked at Jacob waving at us from the top of the slide, something inside me softened. We sat on a bench and talked for almost 2 hours. They told me how they hired a private investigator but lost track of me. How they drove past the park every weekend hoping to see me. How empty their house felt without their daughter and now, their grandson. My dad got down on one knee in front of Jacob and said, "Hey buddy. I'm your grandpa. And I'm really sorry it took me so long to meet you." Jacob just smiled and hugged him like he'd known him forever. That moment. I'll never forget it. Today, 5 years later, we're slowly becoming a family again. My parents are the best grandparents Jacob could ever ask for. They spoil him rotten and I let them because I know how precious second chances are. If there's one thing I want you to take from my story, it's this: family isn't perfect. Sometimes they hurt you the most. But love, real love, has the power to heal even the deepest wounds. Never give up on forgiveness, not for them, but for your own peace. If you've ever been through family pain or know someone who has, drop a red heart in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. And if this story touched you, please share it. You never know whose broken heart it might help heal. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next story. Take care of each other.